Don't worry, I always got a grip. I never slip, I never panic. Got my Rolex set Pacific while I fly through the Atlantic. And just like I know it all, I always got the upper hand. And if I listen to you, I would still be on the campus.
But instead I'm in the standard with a girl who got some standards. Getting head in the jacuzzi and she claims she from Los Angeles, but she ain't come up for air one time. I swear she from Atlanta.
What's good, YouTube? I figured I'd switch it up. Since you already know what the video is about, I figured I'd come out with some Big Sean bars. Yeah, Big Sean, you know, one of my favorite artists of all time. He top 15 for me at least, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this video is about Big Sean. So I hope y'all enjoyed the last video. Last video, if you didn't know, we did Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick just dropped something new, and it seems like every artist is dropping something new this year. J. Cole dropped a mixtape. Kendrick dropped the album. Chris Breezy dropped the album. Drake dropped something. Drake dropped something. You feel me? But Big Sean, he ain't dropped nothing since 2020, so maybe he chilling. I heard he's working on 2088 Part 2 with Jhené, with his baby, with his girl. I don't know what they are. It says partner on Google. I thought they was together. They not together. I think they just, you know, mess around types. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. I'm off that. So we all know, I'm going to go over the rules again, how this works. It could be your artist, it could be my favorite artists that we dissect their albums and their mixtapes. Since it's Big Sean, we're doing albums first. We might do mixtapes another day, but we focus on if they have 3 or more albums or mixtapes projects. If they have 3 or more, we can do a worst to best list. They don't have to be a mainstream artist. It could be any rapper. It could be old school, it could be new school, it could be mumbles rap, it could be SoundCloud rap, it could be whatever. Now, I spent long hours. I've been at work listening to music. I've been in the car. I've been at the crib. Listening to music to try to get this worst to best list out. I appreciate you if you would tell YouTube to stop copyrighting me, because I'm a small channel. I only got like maybe 3 or 4 subscribers. Come on, YouTube. I'm not getting paid off this yet. Come on, cut me some slack. Let me use the music videos that I want to use. Stop copyrighting me.
Okay.
So there's 6 categories we designate everything that makes a good album, right? We got the track list, which is the flow of the whole album. I decided to make versatility in the features, since versatility is kind of precise, you know. Versatility means like the way they rap, the cadence and everything. I don't want to do that because it's a full album. It'd be different if it was a bunch of singles. But I decided to change versatility in the features. We got bars. Bars make up a good album. You got the intro and the outro, which is the first song and the last song. You got the hooks / the chorus, and then you got the production, the beats. So all those categories equal up to 10, and then the total is out of 60. If you don't know who Big Sean is, I don't know what to tell you. He's been out since 2011, 2010. Finally Famous came out in 2011. He signed to Good Music. Good Music is Kanye's label. You know, Pusha T, Big Sean. I want to say Sci-Hi Prince is on there. He's a Detroit rapper. Although he lives in California now, I think. He's with Jhené Aiko, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. They like it, I love it. Big Sean has been a big name, no pun intended, for some years now. He's made some hits, he's made a lot of hits like My Last and I Don't Fuck With You, and he's made Blessings with Drake. He's made a bunch of songs that we know and love for years now. He stays consistent. I'll break that down more as we get into these albums. He's always been like, he's not like a punchline kind of artist, but he is a bars kind of artist. So his bars are what I expect from him, but that's not always the case. You know, he's a good artist. He's a very thorough artist. He sounds different, even though he uses the darker undertones like they do in Detroit, like Sada Baby and 42 Doug. They use like dark undertones for their beats. He still raps like he's a lyricist, you know. Which he is. He's not. I'm not saying he's not. He's sounding good music, for God's sakes. Big Sean is just a very very respected rapper in Detroit, and I respect him. He's in my top, at least top 15, top 20. All right, y'all, let's get into this. With Big Sean's first collab album, 2088, with Jhené Aiko in 2016, is his worst album. First of all, bro, I gotta say, Big Sean, what was y'all thinking when y'all made this album? Y'all just think, since y'all got good voices and Jhené got a great voice and y'all love each other, quote unquote, y'all just gonna make this whatever this is. I don't even know what this is, bro. This is not a good album, bro. You had one song, they had one feature with Casey and JoJo, and it was underwhelming. I'm like, what is y'all doing, bro? This was not a good album. This album got a 19 out of 60. As low. The intro was the worst part. The intro and the outro was the worst part. It was just, they just made songs together and it was like, yeah, we'll just play this together. Man, if you don't get this Love and Basketball, Martin and Gina type music, man, this was trash, man. This was straight up trash. I did not like this at all. And it was short. It was 31 minutes. And they talking about they're going to make a 2088 part 2. It better not be like this, bro, at all. It better not be like this. I don't know. The bars was the best part. And it's the bars because of Big Sean.
What is this? An accomplishment for you, nigga?
It was not a good album, man. I'm disappointed in y'all. And I like Jhené Aiko. I'm very disappointed. I mean, y'all got good vocals, but this is not it, bro.
Stop it. Get some help.
With Big Sean's first studio album, Finally Famous, in 2011, was his second to worst album. The album went platinum for his first studio album. That's pretty good. This is Big Sean freshly signed with Good Music. So you had songs like My Last and, dog, I can't even think of nothing else. I think Dance was on this too. Dance was Twerk Song for Ladies, and then they had the remix with Nicki Minaj, but the remix was on the deluxe, so we ain't gonna talk about that. Total score was 35 out of 60. And the best thing on there was the intro and the outro. It was the best. It was a good intro and it was a good outro. It was a complete album. And for his first studio album, it was pretty good for this intro into the rap game. The most popular song, which was also my favorite song on the album, was My Last. It had Chris Brown on there. It had 66 million views on YouTube last time I checked it. It was a 50-minute long album, so it was pretty solid for his first studio album, but it was just one of the worst albums he had. It was solid. It was okay. Next, his second studio album, Hall of Fame, which came out in 2013. Got a 37 out of 60. Once again, pretty solid album. For me, it was lackluster. It's just, he didn't seem like he put like a lot of hard work into the album. Even though it was an hour and 1 minute, it still wasn't. It wasn't giving. It wasn't giving anything. It was just a bunch of singles that sounded good on an album, but it just wasn't. It wasn't what I expected. It was like I said, it was still solid. The most popular song on there was "Beware" with Lil Wayne and of course Jhené Aiko, which had 96 million views on the song itself the last time I checked it, of course. But my favorite song on the album was 10 to 10. I working like a Mexican. That mean I work from 10 to 10. You know what I'm saying? I felt that. I wasn't working then, but I felt that in my soul. He had a lot of features on this album. Nas, Kid Cudi, of course, Lil Wayne, Jhené Aiko, Jeezy, whoever Payroll is, Nicki Minaj, Juicy J, 2 Chainz, Meek Mill. Good features. With his fourth studio album, I Decided, which came out in 2017, was the next worst album. The album also went platinum. It was 50 minutes. I personally liked I Decided. It was different. It was more darker. You know, these Detroit, not even Detroit, these Detroit rappers, they use these dark undertone beats like T Grizzly and Sada Baby and 42 Doug. This was what this album was. This was a lot of undertone beats, a lot of dark undertones beats, just like Dark Sky Paradise, which came out before this one. It was very solid. It was pretty good. 37.5 out of 50, which is a half higher than Hall of Fame. They were close in mostly everything. Like I said, the features is what carried this album. It had Eminem, Jeremiah, 2088, which is Jhené Aiko, Migos, and it was the whole album was a vibe. If you listen to it from beginning to end, the whole album was a vibe. The most popular song on this album was Bounce Back. Had 185 million views on the video. But my favorite song on this album was Halfway Out the Balcony. I just like the tone he used. He did like the deeper tone like A$AP Rocky does in the not the middle of the song, almost towards the end of the song. It was trippy. I don't know how else to explain it. It was very trippy, and I like that what Big Sean did there. He took what he did on Dark Sky Paradise and just added 5 points up to it on I Decided. I don't know what he decided about, but I think this album was more dedicated to his mother. I thought when I was listening to this album, I thought his mom was dead. His mom's still alive. But I think this is the dedication album to his mother, just like Detroit 2 is the dedication to his father. I can't say this about Big Sean. Big Sean definitely has the features on his album. Like, I'm going back and looking through all these albums. He definitely has the features on his albums. But with the next album, his third studio album, Dark Sky Paradise, which came out in 2015, is the next worst album. Oh no, next best album. Next best. This album would double platinum. His albums do good numbers. They just, some of them aren't that good. This album got a total score of 41 out of 60. I would say the best thing on this album was the intro and the outro. It starts off with Dark Sky Paradise, with Dark Sky Skyscrapers, which sets the tone for the album, which is great. Now you know what you're getting into when you listen to the first song, and every song follows suit. It's a dark album, not like gothic dark, but just there's dark undertones. Like I said, for I Decided, he went with dark undertones on those beats. This was the first album that started those dark undertones, and it ended off with Platinum and Wood. Good outro for this album. I was invested the whole album. Swear. The features weren't that bad, but he used the same features he used in other albums like Jhené, Kanye, Chris Brown, Lil Wayne. But he did use Drake this time, and Blessings was a hot song. Blessings was very hot. Way up, I feel blessed. It was a hot song. Now, his most popular song on this album was I Don't Fuck With You with E40. And I didn't put how many views it got for some reason. Anyway, I didn't put that, so I'll add that later. And then my favorite song was Dark Sky, Skyscrapers. Like I said, it set the tone for the whole album. And it was an okay song. With his second collab album, Double or Nothing with Metro Boomin, is the next best album. It came out in 2017. Now, before I get to this ranking, Metro Boomin, you might never see this or might never hear about this, but I do want to say that I'm sorry for what's happening to you. Losing your mother, that's very hard. I haven't lost my mother, but I can just imagine what the pain is like for you. I don't know how close you are with your mom, but then again, at the end of the day, it is your mother. So praying for you and praying for your family to get past this ordeal that's going on, and I'm praying for you and your family. So I want to say that before I talk about this. So I like this album from Metro and Big Sean. Kind of short, it's 42 minutes, but you can tell they was having fun with this album. You know, Metro always be using the horns on his beat. He loves horns. And it was solid from start to finish. It starts off with Go Legend with Travis Scott, which he's never used Travis Scott as a feature before, and that's why I have features ranked high on this. But it wasn't just it just wasn't the features. It was also Big Sean's bars. It seems like he's really matured with his bars in this album. And if you listen to it, you can say the same thing. He's not saying that Big Sean's bars are mediocre. They're really not. They're actually well thought out. But it seems like he hit a higher level of well thought outness, which is not a word. I just made that up. Well thought outness in his bars this time around. He really stepped up with his bars on this one, and I like the grind that he did on this album. This album got a 41.5 out of 60, which is a half higher than Dark Sky Paradise, which is not that much higher. But there were places he excelled more and places he fell off more. But the most popular song, and none of these songs had music videos. I didn't know that when I was looking this up. I thought for sure Pull Up and Wreck had a music video because it's a song with 21 Savage, and 21 Savage is popping. He's been popping for like 4 or 5 years now. So I thought there was a video. There's no videos for these songs. So the most popular song is So Good with Cash Doll, and it has 10 million views. It's a sex song. I mean, it's going to be popular. My favorite song on this album is No Hearts, No Love. And I can't remember the beat they used, but I absolutely love the beat. It's an old beat, but I can't remember what the beat is. But I love No Hearts, No Love. Big Sean's 5th studio album, Detroit 2, is his best studio album that came out in 2020. I know what you're gonna say, Fanatic. Why you keep choosing their last albums to be their best albums? That is not the case. I did do it for Kendrick Lamar, but he had a tie between Mr. Morale and the other one. I can't remember what it's called. But it just happened to be that way. Detroit 2 is a good album. It's long. 1 hour and 1 minute, 11 minutes. 1 hour and 11 minutes. But it's a good album for Big Sean. It's a very mature album for Big Sean. It's a like I said, it's a dedication to his dad. This is an adult, a mature Big Sean, which I like. It got a 42.5 out of 60, which is 1.5. No, not even 1.5. It's one higher than the second to last album. But the bars were great bars from Big Sean. Really impressed me. The wordplay and the punchlines he had. And Big Sean really don't do punchlines like that. He was spitting. The most popular song on this album was Wolves with Post Malone, which had 16 million views on YouTube. I did like Wolves. It was alright. Post Malone didn't give the best bars for that song. It was kind of lackluster from Post Malone. But his voice, the hook, it was good. It was, it's Post Malone. You can't really deny his hooks. My favorite song was Full Circle with Key Wayne. And I can't remember, is Key Wayne Kanye West? I don't think so. I think Key Wayne and Kanye are two different people. But Full Circle, he said everything comes full circle. How he dropped his first studio album, Finally Famous, when 10 years after Kanye did something.
Ciroc boys, blue circle business, that's full circle. Yeah. Full circle like losing friends for a bagging up Ye, the rapper for Ye, who dropped his first album. I was in the 10th grade, to 10 years later, me dropping the #1, the exact same day.
But everything comes full circle, and I like the idea because everything does come full circle, whether you realize it or not. It may take some time, like you said, 10 years, it might take some time, but everything comes full circle. You just got to keep the grind and keep doing what you're doing. But I want to appreciate y'all for watching this video and being the best you can be. I really do appreciate everything. And I will say I appreciate y'all every video until I get to 5 million, which is unrealistic. Until I get to 5 million subscribers, I would keep saying I appreciate y'all each and every time you watch this video. It means a lot to me. And I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Hold on, wait a minute.